Hey friends, this is Derrick Broze of the Conscious Resistance Network, and I just want to share a video with you. Some of you know on Saturday I went to an Unmuzzled Freedom Rally, which is a rally against the mask mandates in Houston and just in general, against shutting businesses down, against lockdowns, against curfews. And I actually did give a short speech, which I'll show you. There was some different business owners speaking about their experience. There was some local activists. There were some counter-protesters, a little bit of everything. So I'm going to just share that clip with you guys and show you exactly what happened. I appreciate everyone who continues to support my work and follow me as I document what's going on, whether that's Black Lives Matter protests, police appreciation rallies, or freedom rallies. I'm going to be there. I'm going to give everybody a chance to exercise their freedom of speech and to share their story, and then of course share my ideas as well. So please enjoy this. Till next time, remember, you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are free. Peace.
I'm downtown though, again here in Houston, Texas for the Unmuzzled Freedom Rally. But we're here today. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about some of the people who are speaking. This is downtown Market Square Park, Houston, Texas. They have a list of speakers that are going to be speaking in just a few moments. There's only about, I'd say so far, a dozen, 15 to maybe 20 people who are here to support kind of in the surrounding area. And it looks like there's local news. There's a couple local news stations. You got Telemundo's here. I think I saw ABC. There's a couple other stations here. And so we got some of the speakers. And I will just preface this by saying some of these speakers are definitely controversial for various reasons. And unfortunately, it seems to mainly be a right-wing list of speakers. I don't want to speak for everybody, but there are people that you would probably call right-wing, definitely some politicians. And I was hopeful to see more people, diverse crowd, I guess. But obviously this issue, it's called Unmuzzled. They're not just talking about the masks, they're talking about the lockdowns. Today we found out that, I can't remember what the city was, but it's a city on the outskirts of the east side of Houston. They just issued a curfew. Galena Park, I think it is, issued a curfew starting tonight from 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. for I don't know how long. So people are concerned where this mask mandate to businesses, threats of fines, where it's going to go next as far as people, being locked down again, people's businesses having to shut down, and then there's kind of the larger threat of things like eventually vaccines and immunity passports in order to travel. So there's a lot of different concerns, and I guess we'll hear about that from the people here. I'm going to live stream these speakers' talks, but we're also going to try to do some man on the street interviews and talk to the people here about why they're here.
Okay, my name is Andy Valadez. I'm a Marine veteran and a community volunteer for many things. We have seen the handwriting on the wall for many years, right? And so thank you all for being here. What Lynn Swanson wanted to say, he's actually officially ordained me as the...
Keep going.
Keep going. Keep going.
Hey, you should stand next to him.
All right, hoorah. So you're going to have detractors. We're going to pray for them too because they need it, obviously, right? So thank you all for being here.
Go America! Go home to mommy!
Keep going.
Keep going. Hey, we should surround the speakers, guys. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about our values. Okay. Our values are we believe in freedom of speech, right? Yes. So these people here who believe that we should all be wearing masks, they also have a right to express their opinion. You're Americans. Yes. Right?
Yeah.
So please, you guys stay. We want you to be here in the park. We want you to hear our side.
And be educated.
We would love to talk to you too.
Sir, can you please distance from us? I really appreciate it. You're social distancing yourself away. You're not socially distancing, sir. Can you social distance actually? Thank you. Love you. You're beautiful. Open this, baby.
Sir, would you like to talk about why you're here?
I got him, guys.
Would you like to talk about why you're here?
Are you fucking kidding me? This is insane. Federal government, our state government is letting us down and letting us die right now. And this bullshit is happening, which is why I'm here. I'm sorry for being emotional, but this is just too much for me. I can't take it. So I had to counter protest, and doing this because my friends are getting sick and dying, and nobody gives a toss. And these dummy cunts from the fucking suburbs are coming in and just saying, "No, we don't want to," and they have zero like personal relations with what is actually happening right now. So I'm upset, and I'm just gonna go home. I made my. I'm done, so I'm out. Thank you.
So guys, I don't know if you could hear that. There's a prayer going on right over here at the other part of the protest. But yeah, this gentleman over here behind me, he was definitely in tears. He said he's got friends who are dying, and I just let him say what he has to say. Shit, it's getting muddy. So that's what he had to say. He came here and he tried to offer one of the guys a mask, and then he threw a bunch of masks in the air. And, he just called them stupid. And there's another counter protester who's kind of hanging out with a pink sign that I'll show you guys in just a moment.
We had mounting bills and rents that we're all still required to pay. We had at that time received.
There's some counter protesters coming this way.
Government assistance. The choice was clear.
There's some counter protesters on the way.
We did just that. And apparently what we did was made a huge target on our back. We live in
Huh? Oh, I'm not filming it. I'm up there. Thank you, though.
Why y'all fighting the governor? Aren't you on the same team? There you go, Thomas.
You guys want to say why y'all are here?
Yes, I'm here like these people are radicals and no one's talking about this. Their arms, but we can't because they would shoot us down. They're not wearing their masks. We are. They call us the evil people for protesting. They're protesting against their own government. What is going on, America? What is going on?
Anybody else want to say?
We got bigger problems. We got bigger problems in America today than to worry about a mask. There's other things that need to be protested, and these people over here are worried about the wrong thing. Over here trying to fight people that are trying to protect us and protect our health. It's ridiculous.
What do you think, folks? They're saying they're worried that it's going to start with the mask, and then it's going to be stay at home, and then it's going to be take this vaccination and just government force.
I mean, the truth is that we have to take whatever precautions is needed. And it's so simple as a mask. If people were to listen, it probably won't go that far. Because if you could listen, you could talk things through. So, but that's not what they're doing right now.
Would you support the idea of a vaccination being forced if they said it was going to stop the spread of the pandemic?
I wouldn't support that, but I support us wearing masks for our protection.
They're fighting and not wearing a mask, but because it says they're going to take their freedoms, right?
Well, they're worried that it's going to progress, from like for example in Galena Park today, they announced a curfew.
We're fighting to free our kids that they have in the ice cages, and they're worried about a mask.
It's bigger problems.
You know what I mean? It's bigger problems.
It's violence. It's so much violence against minorities. That's what people really need to worry about. But they're worried about them.
Look at they just standing around conversating with them, and when we protest, they
when
fuck
we were
with us.
protesting,
Yeah, but there's like 20 people.
I mean, it's the same.
I'm just saying there's like 20 people here.
It's like 8 of us back over there, and they had a whole van and cops ready to come at us, and there's only like 12 of us over there. So it's.
So do you think it's possible for somebody to say, hey, I don't want to wear a mask, but I do care about the issues you care about? Like, maybe some of them do care, but they might be judging you. It seems like they're judging people from afar who don't want to wear masks, and then people kind of saying, well, we're going to shame you, and nobody's really talking,
The thing is,
because you said something about armed, and I just walked around there, and nobody has any guns right now or anything. I mean,
you can't see them, baby.
That guy has a big ass knife right there with the.
but a knife is legal. I mean,
Same thing. If they see me with a knife, they're gonna fuck with me every time.
well, I guess that depends on the situation. I mean, I hear what you're saying, but
Know what I
it's
mean?
like I just want to make sure nobody out there is carrying a gun at the moment. I get what you're saying, but it's I think that there's a lot of judgment on both sides and not enough talking. Is kind of what I'm saying. But I'm just here to document. So
Listen to us.
Okay, there's things
are you guys with the
that
group or just? Where-
Going on today, we heard about this one, so we came to.
Okay, cool.
You know,
What was the other protest?
We're doing it for the LGBTQ community. Today's a Pride Day, so we were doing it to show solidarity with the Black Lives Matter.
Where was the protest at?
We're doing it at City Hall. It's going all day today,
Okay,
so
cool.
we just came to, you know, start a different conversation, a different dialogue over
Gotcha.
here.
Well, thank you guys for sharing. No problem. Appreciate it.
It's not one of them. This is ridiculous.
All right, guys. So there you go. A little bit of that. Sorry to step away from the business owner in the talk, but I'm here to try to document you guys the whole truth. And it's going to be funny in a couple minutes because I'm actually one of the speakers. And a lot of these people, I think, are going to get mad at me then. They're not going to want to talk to me. Right now, I'm just a journalist. But once I actually make a choice and I say, hey, maybe I don't like this mask thing either, I guarantee you some of these people are going to get angry at me.
Who investigates health issues, political corruption. He's very involved locally, and we are so happy to have him. Derrick, take the stage.
Hey everyone, both counter-protesters and protesters. I got invited here by Candace. I disagree with a lot of everything I've heard today, probably on both sides, but I know we all care about freedom of speech. And I just want to offer a message that maybe some of you care about, maybe they need to hear it. We're not helping each other by dividing further and saying everybody who wears a mask is sheeple, is, brainwashed, and we're not helping by shaming people with who aren't wearing masks. It's like, we are witnessing the divide of America, and we're feeding into it right now. And I think that most of us want to believe we're better than that. So I came here mainly to talk about speaking up and being willing to stand up. Because I'm somebody of wide political beliefs, I know some of the folks over there right now. I'll probably get labeled right-wing racist for just being over here. Just to be honest about it. And I might be labeled by some of you here for some of my other opinions. The point is that we need to find a way to get along in some way, because while we're all arguing in the streets like this, there are people who are benefiting from what's going on. There are people who are benefiting from keeping us afraid and pushing ideas. I think, it starts with a mask. If it's voluntary, that's fine. But forcing businesses, getting government involved that way is not fine. You may have heard that Galena Park today, they announced a curfew starting today for Galena Park on the east end of Houston. From 10 p.m. to 5 a.m. It doesn't really make any sense, but my goal as a journalist who is watching what's going on, who's reporting and trying to report on the facts that people don't want you to think about, is that if we allow this to continue, they will push it to immunity passports. Have you guys heard this term, immunity passports lately? I'm sure you have. And this is something they should be concerned about as well, because they will push it further. You don't have to be right-wing, religious, or any of that stuff to see what's going on. I know some of you are, and that's fine, but it really has nothing to do with that. If we could have a conversation, we could find a way to get each other to see what's going on, that Black lives do matter, that there are issues in this country that we need to take care of, and people should have the freedom to decide what they want to put in their body, on their face, etc. So I think if you hear anything I say, it's that we can find a way to work together. I know this isn't really productive, doing that, but I hope that we can find some way to communicate. Yelling at each other, assuming that somebody on the other side of that mask is an enemy, is not going to help us get anywhere as a country. No matter who your ancestors, if you're here in America, we know that this country is made up of all kinds of people. The whole history of this country is people from all over the world coming together. And if we can't do that right now, then the people at the top, whatever you want to call them, and my friends, it's bigger than the Democrats and the Republicans. Yes. Whatever name you want to give them, they will continue to divide us, they will continue to fracture us, and things will get worse. So please, find a way to